Okay, so we're gonna give you all a little tour of the theater room. It's a little messy in this room because this is what I use for my demo. So don't judge me too hard.
Where is the theater room?
Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta figure all that out again. Well, I tell you what, we'll do a little push on this here bookshelf and we'll find our way inside. Okay. So here we are. I had to reverse. These things are like, minimum $1,200 to buy an actual Murphy door, so I just built my own. And it actually wasn't all that tough. So Charlotte, my beautiful wife, took care of the the painting. So all the paint you see. So come on in. Custom jam. Might as well get that in there. I had to customize the jam, and then a friction latch just taps on the back. All these pads here, the acoustic panels, those are pretty easy, helpful because of a laser level that I used. This is a walnut butcher block. It was a little lighter, so I was a little worried it wasn't going to match. You'll see in a bit. There's a entertainment center in the front that I was worried this wasn't going to match, but once I put the oil on it, it brought that darker walnut color out. I wanted to go with the darker walnut because of the darker feel of the room. And you notice there's no texture or gloss on the walls, and that's mostly just for looks, but also because gloss kind of ruins a theater room a little bit just by bouncing light off the walls and everything. The bar stools were pretty simple. Same with the couches there. They all came off of Wayfair. I did the trim and the crown molding myself. Charlotte painted that as well. And then I actually went from the BR30 bulbs to the BR40s because those bulged out a little bit, and the BR30s were so hunched up in there that you couldn't even tell there was crown molding on the top. I did put a dimmer in here just to kind of, set the mood if we needed to. And then I've got my fan switch. And this also, I built a 6-inch riser here, hence the reasoning for the TV being so high. That fan is the shortest, I don't know what you call it, distance from the ceiling that I could find, so that if somebody, I'm 6'2", so it had to be pretty short. I went with the Klipsch reference system just because it's one of the more budget-friendly Dolby Atmos setups. So the speakers on top here also have they have drivers that send sound up to the ceiling and actually use the ceiling to bounce it back off, so that if you got an airplane going overhead on your movie, it actually sounds like it. So that's pretty slick. Here I just went with a little, this is engineered wood or whatever they call it. This, I just went with walnut again to match the back there. Of course, I had to have an Xbox Series X because the TV itself does 4K at 120 hertz. If anybody's a gamer, they'll know what that means. But it basically just means that there's less, it's just more fluid when you're playing games and whatnot. So that's pretty slick. Also, I was sleeping on Apple TV. I used to use Fire TV, but I'm telling you, if you got Apple products, that's the way to go because you can use your phone as a remote. We do have the Govee lights on here, so that's pretty slick. I'll actually shut the lights off and show you what that's all about right now. I'll turn this on, and then we'll shut the lights off. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So see, there's those Govee lights. So they're kind of just whatever color right now because that's just kind of how it works. But we're getting this thing set up, so I'm going to take the Apple TV. We'll go to YouTube. There we go. And then we'll go to, there we go. I was actually doing this not that long ago. So we'll just click onto this, and then I'll show you what the Govee lights do. So if you notice behind the screen, it's color matching back there. It was a little tough to get the white balance right just because of the fact that it has, it's a reddish wall on the back, but it ended up working out pretty well, and I think I got it pretty clear. So we'll go ahead and turn the lights back on here. I did put a little mini fridge back here too, just for the heck of it. Put drinks and whatnot, whatever in there. I ran an outlet to the end of this bar here just so I could plug in that there, so there was enough. Had a little foresight anyway. The reason I had to put these things in was because I forgot to put studs between my 16-inch spacing on the inside. So I had to come up with a sort of creative idea to make sure that these were absolutely centered, because otherwise they would have had to be put on studs that weren't centered. I'm trying to think here. Anything else? Seats recline. We got our supply up there. Return is going back in the corner. And then that is a 9-channel receiver, an Onkyo 7100, I think that's called. But that allows me to have the 4 height channels that I have as well that are blasting at the ceiling. But yeah, other than that, looks and sounds great.